Hey there, viewers! A Transformers fan or Charlie Young back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Decepticon Phantomstrike Squadron, or Skywarp, Fracas, Shroot, and Pterodactyl, or God, that's that freaking name. But anyway, this pack was once really expensive on the aftermarket for some reason, and I mean really expensive. Why? I have literally no idea. However, this year, like 2025, Hasbro decided to go fuck you to scalpers and just reissue this set. So now you can get this for like £50. And I am so happy because, honestly, I love to see Tetrajet molds. And come on, Skywarp is an amazing seeker. So, looking at the box, and keep in mind, this is the reissue, but it's pretty much a one-to-one identical version of the original release. So, of course, we've got the box. So we've got Skywarp right here, just with his Target Masters or Battle Masters. Pterodactyl right there. We've got, I think, Greenlight, which I don't think anyone's coming for a re-release of her. I'm pretty sure we do. Do we have the Blacklight gimmick? I don't know. I don't have a Blacklight on me. But I'm sure if you shine a Blacklight, you'll get like the lettering. I don't think the website's up now, unfortunately, but oh well. Of course, Decepticon Phantomstrike Squadron, number 27 in the Siege line, which I kind of missed the numbering. Like, they've gotten rid of it on Studio Series as well, but oh well. Here we've got the side mural, which is pretty cool. Way cooler than the Age of the Primes one, to be honest. Like, we've literally got Red Alert trying to help out Hound. Here we just have Decepticon Phantomstrike Squadron. If you had Slam Dance and Cyclops box, you could mix them together and make a mural, which is pretty cool. I wish I still had that box, but oh well. Top, just got a Decepticon symbol. The back got Skywarp in both modes. Of course, we got all the Battle Masters. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And oh boy, that was loud. But anyways, so looking at Skywarp himself to start off, of course, it's the Tetrajet mold from Siege. And honestly, I think that this looks really cool, because I mean, of course, it's Skywarp standard black and purple, although this release doesn't seem to be actual black, it's more a charcoal gray. If you see, it's more like a gunmetal than a black. So, yeah. But we can see, of course, seeing how this is a Siege figure, we've got all of the splotches on him from like, oh, it's battle damage! 2019 was a different time, man. But of course, got a Decepticon symbol right there, kind of covered by the splotches. Like, I guess it's meant to be like paint shipping, like not actual paint shipping, thank God, but like, I know, like his paint's getting all chipped up from all the fighting. I don't know. We can see that the nose cone here is just entirely silver, which I think is a really nice aesthetic choice. I think it looks really nice. Of course, we've got the cockpit right here, which, of course, Cybertronian jet. Why would you need that? But oh well. The back, we've got his chest just hanging right there. I still remember, like, few joking that this is just a portable kick of Fanta, which, I mean, sure. But of course, we've got the boosters right there. So if you want, you can plug in blast effects, because remember, they did debut in Siege. Or at least were heavily pushed in Siege. Like, there was some, like, Masterpiece and all that, but They were heavily pushed during Siege. So you can plug in some blast effects and the boosters here, or even, I think, can you plug these into his nipples? I think you can, but yeah, that's really the only bit of kibble right here, unless you want to count the legs, because, of course, he kind of just crumples up. But still, I still think that, like, what, 6, 7 years later? Oh boy, I just said that meme. Oh god. Yeah, like 7 years later, this is still a really good mold. So yeah. Now, of course, it's not just Skywarp. We also have some little partners. So, of course, we've got some Battle Masters. So, we've got Shroot, which I'm pretty sure is meant to be Hair Splitter. I don't know. I'm just going to retcon him as his own character now that we've got Age of the Prime's Hair Splitter. We've got Fracas, which, of course, is Scourge's partner. And we've got Pterodactyl, which... I mean, come on. Pterodactyl was already a weird name, but... So we got 3 Battle Masters. So looking at Shroot first, of course, it's pretty much like Aimless and I think Calibus and all that, where he does some really weird yoga in order to transform. Like, that kind of looks painful. But what we can do here is just take some blast effects. I'm pretty sure it... Well, we got these ones here, or we got these little blue wispy ones. So we can plug these on. And there you go. For Fracas or Fracas or Fricas, I don't know, Fracas, we can just plug these little flame ones on. And he actually folds up in a different way. So yeah. And Pterodactyl, of course, we've got the impact one, so it can make it look like he's hitting someone. Or we can just have this on here, like a little display stand. I've probably chosen the wrong one for my huge box of blast effects. Okay, there we go. So you can make it look like he's trying to hit someone. Or I'm probably thinking of a different Battle Master Bacon. Yeah, there we go. We can plug this on like it's a display stand. Or like he's a gun. So you can have this be like a weird crossbow weapon. So there you go. So we've got all the blast effects looked at. And of course, we haven't even talked about his own accessories, which are just the null rays. So we just got 2 of this. And yeah, standard, I guess, gunmetal. So yeah, typical Seeker affair. And yeah, I just plugged them into the robot mode configuration onto the shoulders. But you can also plug these on the forearms or under the wings. So there you go. Now, quickly, let's put them next to Earthrise Skywarp. Now, of course, these two are pretty much going to be obsolete when the Studio Series 1 comes out with that new Seeker mode that's coming out next year, which I'm really excited for. But for now, I think this is a good comparison because you can still have both on your shelf. Because this is Sabatronian mode Skywarp, this is Earth mode Skywarp. I can really see what I mean by the different colors. Like, Earthrise Skywarp is an actual black, this is more of a charcoal gunmetal color. So yeah. And hell, the null rays are even a different color, because these are purple. So that's kind of weird. Now, I would also put him with Starscream, but honestly, I just want to get through this video quickly, so... And plus, there's tons of videos that have all the Seekers together. So, let's just move on to the transformation, because honestly, I think that this is a really fun transformation. So, yeah. So, the transformation, well, you can leave the null rays on. I find it easier to take them off. So, I'm just going to leave these off to the side for now by the table's edge. So, of course, we've seen this with Siege Starscream, with we've seen this with Siege Starscream, Legacy Nacelle, freaking send it to Shockwave, but anyway, to start off, we're just going to take this faux chest here, of course, with the actual cockpit bit is, and just move that down, and compared to my Starscream, this stays in a lot better. Like, you can still take it off, but compared to my Starscream, it doesn't come off if you look at it funny. It just stays on really well. So, yeah. I think my Starscream was just one of the first Siege runs, so, But anyway, you can also just take this and just move that up like so. Then we can undo the wings. And the wings can just move up and out the way. And you can see that's the actual robot mode itself. Just crumpled up stuff right here. All this is just backpack. But anyway, we're just going to take the arms and unpeg them from the legs. Move the legs down, and we can see that these actually push up to go into this spot here in the arse. And that's something I don't see figures do that often. You know, like a gap filler. Anyway, the waist just turns. Open up the feet. Come on, try and get him standing. There we go. Try and get the chest in. So, get the head out. This plate that's plugged into the head, we're just going to undo. And that just goes into his back. Next, the jet nose code is just going to split. Come around, and these become the shoulder pylons, which is pretty clever. And you're just going to peg into the back here. If I can get these in. And then not going in. Because it knows I'm recording. So, there we go. They actually formed shoulder pylons, which is really clever. But next up, we're just going to take the arms, open these up, extend them, flip out the hands. And we've got an arm all done. So we'll do the same here. Open up the forearm, extend it. Flip the fist out, close this. And finally, we just get the wings out. Just move these up so they're a bit more dynamic. Take the null rays, because of course we need to finish the silhouette. Plug these into the shoulders. And there we go. So here we have Skywarp in robot mode. And honestly, I love that transformation. Like, Siege had a lot of really creative transformations. Like, the way that Prime's, like, wheels folded into his legs. Not like the Studio Series one. Like, the wheels are still visible. It's just, they were in the legs. Or, I'm trying to think. The way that Magnus had his armor literally come apart and form over the small robot. That's something that the Studio Series one that doesn't do. Or, I'm trying to think of one more example. Maybe the fact that size-wise transformation is so, like, simple to do that the mode's being used to this very day. Yeah, Siege had a lot of bangers. And while looking at Skywarp here, honestly, he looks really good. Like, it's not that... It's kind of a backpack. Like, oh, this is technically backpack, but... It's not as egregious as the Earthrise one. Like, it's just this booster, and that's it. And even then, you can just untransform this and just leave it like that if you really want to. But I'm pretty sure the intended transformation, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you're intended to leave it like that. I might be wrong about looking at the gap at the top. I might be wrong. You're probably meant to leave it like this. I don't know. I guess it's really up to personal preference, because with this you can literally have a booster like on his back, so he can like fly around along with the boosters on his feet. Now looking at the head, we can see that compared to the Earthrise head, he just has a normal like scowling face. Plus, that's some really good light piping. Like you can see right there. So yeah. Plus, the wings you can just pose however. Like, you can leave them down. You can have them spread out, kind of like a butterfly. You can have it like this if you really want to. So yeah, the wings you can just display however you wish. Now, I think we should talk about the Battle Masters, because you can do a couple things with them. Like, you can hold it. Well, for one, you can do that, but you can hold an axe, or go into his hand. So we can have him with an axe. And plus we can have him with two handheld weapons, which do fit his color scheme. Or we can have him with three little robots. So let's do that. So we can get this out of his hands. So starting out with a Shroot, what we do is we unpack the arms, untap the legs from the gun bit here, and just spin these around. Move the gun to his back. And, well, there's Shroot. For a Fracas, we do the same except, well, this is actually the front. Yeah, that's Fracas. And for a Pterodactyl, well, we just split out the blades here as his wings, spin them around, get the feet down, move up the tail, get the head out, and there we go. So there's his three buddies. So yeah. And for these guys, not really much to say about them. Like, you can take the gun off and plug it into the arm. But yeah, they don't really pose that much. It's just the arms are on ball joints and the legs are on ball joints for both Shroot and Fracas. And for a Pterodactyl, the head can move down and he can kick forward and flap his wings. So yeah. And for Skywarp himself, he's actually quite posable. So the head can go side to side, it can look up and down. Arms can move, although the wings do get in the way. Bicep rotation. I'll take the array off of this. Double jointed elbow. Wrist rotation, if you can do it without opening the thing. But wrist rotation. Of course, bicep rotation. waist rotation. He can kick forward. He can kind of kick back. Well, not that much. Knees, pretty good. If you push this little bit in, then it's really good. Like, you can get some good flying poses out of that. You can T-pose. You can do the splits. Pivots, not that good. But we do have a pretty tight 5-slip although it's not alpha trions or the squeaks. And the feet can open and close. And of course, we do have the boosters there so you can plug in blast effects. So yeah. So honestly, I know I did kind of go over these guys, but honestly, it seems kind of just like Target Masters. There's not really much to say about them. You know, it's the same thing with every single one of them. But with Skywarp, there is lots to say about him because he is absolutely amazing. In fact, hang on. If I put him next to the Earthrise figure, if we can see. Honestly, I think the Siege one looks a lot better, but I have no doubt that when they do Skywarp from the new Thundercracker mold coming next year, he is going to look really good. So, yeah. But honestly, I do think that this figure looks really good. I'm probably just being biased because it was a really hard to find figure that's now available normally, but I don't know. But still, my complaints are pretty much the same as Siege Starscream. The chest does fit a lot better though. It doesn't just come a whole willy-nilly when trying to transform him, thankfully. But still the same complaints as Siege Starscream. For new complaints, honestly, I can't really think of any aside from why was he so hard to find for like 7 years? But anyway, now, do I recommend him? Absolutely. Like, come on. He looks amazing in both modes. Especially the Tetrajet mode. Like, even if you get Earthrise Skywarp or the upcoming Studio Series Skywarp, because I think there's a listing for that, this guy still has a place on your shelf because he can be the Cybertronian mode Skywarp. So, even if you do get another Skywarp, this guy can just be the Cybertronian mode. So, yeah. That's one thing I love about the Tetrajets. Like, even if you get like a new version of Starscream or Thundercracker or Skywarp, the Siege versions can stay because, oh, it's the Cybertronian mode. So, yeah. So, this has pretty much been my review on the Decepticon Phantomstrike Squadron. And this is a Transformers fan signing off.